Hey, you guys, it's JOE, the quirky kid from Queens, here to do my post-SummerSlam review. And just before I get started, I just want to give a shout out to my buddy Sam and say thank you for pointing out to me that I misspoke. Instead of saying Cena Rollins in the title match, I said Orton Rollins. Confused up my matches there, so thanks for pointing that out to me. Usually I'm pretty on top of my matches on a pay-per-view, but again, thank you, Sammy, for pointing that out. Just going to talk about SummerSlam. It was an all-in-all good pay-per-view, and I enjoyed a lot of the matches, of course, except one. You'll find out what one that was when I get there. Going to start kind of pretty much go in order of discussing the matches of the order they came out, starting with Orton Sheamus. It starts Orton tries to go for the RKO early. Sheamus rolls out. They go back and forth match. Orton takes control. Sheamus takes control, back and forth, beating the living daylights out of each other. Orton does hit an RKO, but Sheamus rolls out of the ring. 2 Brogue Kicks. Orton knocks silly. Almost got his head knocked off his shoulders. Sheamus gets the win. Great match, I say. Give that match out of 4 stars. I say I'd give it 3.25 stars. Pretty good match. Next was the Primetime Players versus Los Matadores versus the New Day versus the Lucha Dragons. Crazy match, guys flying all over the place. And I mean suicide dives, swanton bombs all over the place. Guys just getting tossed, flipping out, like crazy. I'm surprised half these guys didn't freaking break something with the way they were throwing themselves around. During the match, New Day and Primetime Players were in the match for most of the time. During the beginning of the match, the New Day, which was I think Kofi and Big E of the three New Day guys who were in the wrestled that match, try to pull a 20 from about 20 years old, if I could speak, the New Age Outlaw rule, where it was Kofi, I think, against Titus O'Neil, and excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Big E tagged himself in and went to pin Kofi so that way they could try to win the titles, but that didn't work. And like I said, the match went on. They threw themselves all over the place. Then towards the end of the match, it looked like the Primetime Players were going to win it. Kofi hit the blind tag and got the pin for the win off of Titus O'Neil's damage that he'd done to Los Matadores and the Lucha Dragons. I'd say that out of 4, I'd give that maybe about 2.75 stars for that one out of 4. Then you had Ziggler versus Rusev. This match is kind of like one of those all-time kind of like grudge match type things which led up to it. One guy attacks the other guy, they go back and forth, and then you see all the promos that lead up to it, like Rusev attacked Ziggler, Ziggler attacked Rusev, Rusev put Ziggler out of action, comes back, and it's pretty much back and forth match. Rusev takes a little bit of control, Ziggler fights back, Rusev gives more punishment, that type of thing. And Summer Rae and Lana get into it for a while. And in the process of Ziggler taking crap, of course they're fighting all over the place, throwing each other around. And for this one, spoiler alert, a rarity for a pay-per-view, a double countout, which doesn't really happen that often, but it does happen. And then you had the actor in the next match, Stephen Amell and Neville versus Stardust and Barrett. But before I continue for the Amell, Neville, Stardust, Barrett, I'd have to give Ziggler and Rusev, I say 2.5 out of 4 stars. Could have been better. But again, on to Amell and Neville versus Stardust. And Barrett starts off slow. Stardust and Amell go at it. back and forth, tags out, Neville comes in, back and forth. I mean, Stephen Amell, obviously not a pro wrestler, but he did look good in there, like he had trained for a while. Very athletic looking guy. Goes back and forth, and of course in the end Amell and Neville get the win over Barrett and Stardust. I'd give that about 2 out of 4 stars on that one. Next match you had out was Show, Miz, and Ryback. Miz plays the typical bad guy role at the beginning of the match. While Show and Ryback are going back and forth, he's kind of lurking around the ring, trying to wait for his chance to sneak in and try to steal a pinfall. But of course he gets caught when he comes in by Big Show, who pretty much knocks the crap out of him. Ryback of course takes out the Big Show. Great match. They go back and forth. Everybody's getting their asses kicked. Shell shock to the Big Show. Again, Miz tries to steal the match every chance he gets, because Big Show would take out Ryback, he'd slide in and try to pin Ryback, or Ryback would take out Big Show and he'd try to do that. But Ryback retains the title with a little help from Big Show, who threw the knockout punch to the Miz. He flips out Big Show and pins Miz. I'd say that gets 3 3/4 stars out of 4. Wyatt and Harper versus Reigns and Ambrose is the next matchup that came out. It's pretty much like a whole match of slugging the crap out of each other. That's pretty much all it was one giant ass kicking with the 4 of these guys. That's pretty much it. Just an ass kicking from the old 4 of these guys, with Ambrose and Reigns getting the win with a little what's the word I'm looking for? A little homage to the Legion of Doom with the Doomsday device. But I'd give that 4 out of 4 on that match. Next, you had the title match, which, like I mentioned earlier, I misspoke on in my video yesterday, and my buddy Sammy pointed out that I threw the wrong name in there. Again, thanks for pointing it out, Sammy. I didn't even realize it. Cena, Rollins. I felt like it was odd that it was done mid-show. I thought they would have done it before Taker Lesnar, but excuse me. Honestly thought they would have done it before Taker Lesnar had that's the double main event. But what can I say? I'm not the one who put the card together. Vince McMahon did that. The crowd was 50-50 Cena. I felt like it should have been more for like 100% Rollins, maybe 99% Rollins. Rollins, 3 suicide dives all through the ropes. I'm like, then you got Cena throwing out an STF, a figure 4, and they're freaking throwing each other's moves on each other. And of course you have Jon Stewart hosting SummerSlam. Looks like he's coming in to help out John Cena. Won. The referee got knocked out, but no, he cracks Cena with the chair to help Rollins win the U.S. title. Rollins takes it all. He's heavyweight champion and now U.S. champion. You had the Divas match with the Team Bella, Team Bad, and Team PCB. Again, I'll start yawning. Boring match, the sleeper match of the show, because it's like they know what they're doing, but it doesn't seem like they could keep a lot of the audience's attention. The sleeper match of the show, and to me the only 2 good things from that match were Alicia Fox and Naomi, because they were like the hottest 2 out there, but that's just my opinion. Okay, moving on. So that one gets like an 1/8 of a star out of 4. Now moving on again. Cesaro versus Kevin Owens again, like slugfest, pretty much back and forth, beating the crap out of each other. Owens talks trash, Cesaro talks trash, they go back to slugging it out. And one move that impressed me for a big guy like Owens is when he pretty much did like he runs and kind of pretty much does a flip into Cesaro into the barricades. And like one thing that caught my attention during that match is that Owens has a tattoo. I think it's like right here on his like right arm somewhere, that he, or his left arm. I don't remember which one, but he has a tattoo that looks like a 5-year-old kid drew it. This looks horrible, but we can move on from that. So to me, it seems like the crowd seems like it was split 50-50. Excuse me. It seems like you had the Cesaro section in the order for Owens, I guess you could call his fans, but Owens wins it with the pop-up power bomb. Great match. I'd give that 4 out of 4. Taker, Lesnar, back and forth battle. Again, you know, like it was at WrestleMania, back and forth and everything going on. Lesnar gets busted open, giant choke slam. Loved it when Brock starts laughing at Taker, and after all this crap is going on, triangle choke, Kimura lock. And I always knew something strange was going to happen during this match. Charles Robinson was going for a count on The Undertaker because the way Lesnar had what I believe it was the Kimura locked in. Taker's shoulders were on the mat, and he was going for the count, so he does one, but the referee, you know, in storyline doesn't see that Taker's tapping out, and the bell goes off, and Robinson's like, I didn't call for the bell, the match keeps going. Again, you know, because of course, you know, you gotta have something like that happen. Triangle choke again, Lesnar flips off The Undertaker, and you know, passes out. Taker gets the win. Lesnar and Heyman start arguing the match. Like, oh, he was tapping out, you know, that type of thing. I give Taker Lesnar 4 stars as well. One thing I was disappointed about is that an announce table didn't break, because almost every pay-per-view, I'd say easily 10 out of 12 pay-per-views, a table breaks. Excuse me, you have a table break. It's usually the Spanish announce table, but that's about that. But, overall, to say on a scale of 5 stars, 4 or 5 stars, let's go with 5 for the final viewing, or final analysis. I say every match was great except the Divas match, so 5 out of 5 stars, because every other match made up for how bad that was, because they couldn't keep the attention of everybody else. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it more, and I will put my link to Twitter in the comment box below, so hit me up on Twitter and YouTube. Peace. I'll see you when I see you.